Hello Virgo, thank you for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacey DeMarco. Already shuffled. We're going to do relationship first, singles second. Oracle cards come out where needed. Yeah. Who's this, I wonder? The Nine of Wands, I think that's more on your partner's side, just to be fair. Like, your partner's not going to give in on something. I'm already seeming to pull into that energy. See, there's a situation here. The overall thing I'm already getting into is, like, they're not giving in. But you're getting them to compromise a bit. Which I feel like Virgo is pretty good at that. Like, compromise is doable. Compromise is still a win. At least in this situation, that's really how that feels. It's like, compromise is still a win. Because whatever's going on with your partner, they feel like it's perfect. They don't want things to change. There's something that they're doing that's just like, this is how I want it. This is perfect. I don't want it to change. Excellent. Good, good, good. But this same situation is not good for you. For a lot of you, it seems like it's something about time. They're spending time doing something, and it's just taking them away from things they should be doing with you. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's actually like a help-out thing. It's almost like there's certain things that need to be done around the home, or there's certain things that need to be taken care of, and you're picking up the extra on that. And it's just really, that's what I feel like for a lot of you. It's just kind of like it's responsibilities. And you're taking on a little bit more responsibility than they are. Not that they're seeing it that way, or not that it got this way because of, like, I feel like it may have gotten this way because for a while you were okay with it. But it's kind of like, all right, I was okay with it for a while, but now I think it's getting a little bit ridiculous. It's going on too long. That's how that feels. And take that with a grain of salt based on how that actually fits for your life. But basically, there's something going on here that your partner loves that you're like, nope, it's getting to be too much. So you're like, it's time to rebalance this. Time to rebalance it. You got the Magician card for where you're standing, and the Nine of Cups for spiritual, your spiritual card, in the sense of like, you know what, if we're going to keep going with this and we're both going to be happy, we need to take care of this. We need to put this back in perspective. And the challenge cards are very interesting here because this makes sense the way you're coming at it. Ironically, it does kind of make sense where your partner's enjoying it a lot, and they're just kind of like, they might be a little bit resistant because it's kind of like, it reminds me of a kid that doesn't want to go to bed. You know what I mean? It's like 9 o'clock, they have to get up tomorrow, and it's kind of like, you know, all right, I'll give you to 9:30, let's not push it. And they're like, 10 o'clock. 10:30, 11. Like, they just don't back off. They just, if they could just get a little more, they just keep trying to get a little more. It's kind of what it feels like to me. Just like, no, not yet, not yet. It's kind of how it feels. And that's kind of the resistance I'm seeing. It's just kind of like, just a little more. Let's just go a little longer. Just, wait, no. 11:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. 3, how about I just never go to bed? What? No? What? Like, it just keeps going. It's just what I'm getting. And your side is the Justice card. That's the challenge. I really feel on your side with the Justice, it's kind of like not backing down. Kind of like, listen, it was supposed to be 9:30 to begin with. For some reason, I'm giving until 10 o'clock, but at 10 o'clock, that's it. At 10 o'clock, there's no more backing up. There's no more, because I feel like you've already given in a couple times, quite frankly. I mean, it's not like it's killing you to do so, and I get that, but you're just kind of like, all right, you know, it's late enough. I've already given in, probably twice at least at this point. It's time, like when Justice is on your side as your challenge card, it's kind of like, no, I said 10 o'clock, I'm putting your foot down. 10 o'clock is it. We're done. No more. That's it. 10. It's 10, done. Done. Because I feel like there's that little bit of resistance on the other side. It's almost like they're trying to inch it. It's like your side, your challenge card is to not let them inch it anymore. Their challenge card is to stop inching it, to stop doing that. Because I see when you finally do that, it kind of feels like that's what you're going to need to do, quite frankly. Like, no, I've given in twice, that's enough. you've got the Tower card on their side with the King of Pentacles. It's kind of like when you finally like, no, that's enough. Like, no, this is what you need to do. Start doing that. It's almost like, it's kind of like you're changing the directions. It's kind of like you start like harping a little bit because you need to. Like, no, go brush your teeth. Go brush your teeth. Turn that thing off. It's like that's what my mom used to do when I was a kid. Like, no, go brush your teeth and turn that thing off. Turn that TV off. It's enough. It's enough. I don't care how far you are into the show. Too bad. I told you. You were lucky to get 9:30 and you pushed it to 10. Too much. Too much. Shut it down. I feel like you're shocking your partner, because I know I'm giving like a weird analogy for it, but it's kind of coming across like that, but it needs to. And I feel like when it's shocking them, kind of like you're like, no, I'm done. I said I was done, and done is done. Your partner has the Tower card because they're shocked, but they also have the King of Pentacles. And you'll notice the King of Pentacles is looking at that pentacle quite intently. It's kind of like you're saying, no, I've given in twice, and that was more than enough. That was way more than enough. And they're looking at that like, you're right. Like, yeah. Like, it's hard to argue it, is what I'm getting. It's kind of like, yeah. Like, they want to resist it. They want to keep pushing it. They want to. Excuse me. But it's hard to argue. The more you come forward with, like, legitimate arguments, like, I've given in twice. We said that we're going to do this. We got things going on tomorrow. You got to get up tomorrow. You have a lot behind you that makes flat out sense that they can't argue with. And I do see that they'll finally give in. They don't want to. I know they don't want to. I'm getting this Knight of Wands here, like they're reiterating, like they really don't want to give in because they're really enjoying whatever it is. But they will finally give in. I got the gratitude here with the Six of Pentacles. I don't know why I'm coming into this, but I feel like there's, the way I'm getting this analogy is, again, when I was a kid, how this would kind of work. Because my mom would get sick of arguing with me and my brother. She just would. So, I remember something about, like, if you go to bed now, tomorrow we can do that. One of those things, which wasn't any skin off of her back to do that, but it would get us to bed. It would make things work out. I mean, she was a single mom with 2 boys. What can I say? So, it was one of those things. But I feel like when I'm getting this, like, I'm getting that analogy, but I'm trying to connect why they're putting it with these 2 cards. Because it's gratitude and it's giving in, and your partner will give in. But you might have to turn things around a little bit to get what you want now. And, like, I'll help you out with this other thing. If you do this now and just get off my bed and just stop giving me a hard time, then later we can do this in your favor. Something like that. I have a feeling the people that's meant for, that's going to make complete sense too. Like, if you do what I want now, the way you should be, later we can do that. I don't know. I feel like I should just stop and just... For those that you're catching it, you know what that means. For others that it's just... It's not making any sense. Just let it go. Okay. So, I'm getting as this situation keeps going forward, it doesn't seem like it's... Like, I feel like that compromise is how this is ending. Or going into the next phase. And your partner seems to be coming forward and realizing, you know, it's time for me to pick up my fair share of the responsibility. Excuse me. It's time for me to pick up my fair share of the responsibility. They got the Hermit card where they're thinking about it. Hermit's not really a communicator, more of a thinker. You know, as the thinking man, kind of. It's kind of how I feel about that one. What's making things better for you is you're working at it, and you're I just feel like as you keep going forward, right now it's a compromise. It's not seeming like it's going right into balance right off the bat. But you're slowly working it. Like it's like you're slowly pushing more over onto their plate. You're slowly balancing it out over time. I'm getting the Page of Cups where you're both getting along, but you're just kind of you're happy, but you're not completely satisfied in the sense of like, all right, we gotta get more. You know, you gotta take your fair share back. So I'm slowly moving it over. So the fact that it's just not balancing right off the bat is not really ideal, but it's still good because they're taking some. Them, on the other hand, have the reverse. They're happy with it, but they're not completely content because they have to take back, and it just keeps coming, and they're like, yeah, they know it has to keep coming. I mean, you're slowly releasing yourself from the overburden, is what I'm getting, and things are balancing. I feel like they've just gotten really used to the way things have been. It's like, and they're happy to do this because they know that it needs to balance out. I just feel like they got really too comfortable with the way it was. And it's just kind of like they have to get back into the groove of doing things fairly. And I feel like that's where this is going. It doesn't seem like it's bad. It's just kind of getting used to the things. They're not against doing it. It's just kind of like getting used to it. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like doing certain chores that they were enjoying not doing, like taking out the trash or cleaning the bathroom, things like that. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, yeah, it's my turn to clean the bathroom. Yeah, well, yeah, okay. like yeah, it's just fair. And they're happy to do it like it's their fair share, but they're not. It's not like, I don't really know of anybody who goes, it's time to clean the bathroom. Yeah! Like, I don't know people like that. Something in the back of my head says there's people like that, but that's your business. So don't even comment. Please don't comment. I don't want to know. But that's fine. But you know what I'm saying. It's one of those things. And that's where this is ending. This is going in a good direction. And I feel like that's pretty much it for that. Alright, so that's what we got for Virgo singles. And that little weird ending there, which was what it was. Moving on. Really moving on from that. Some of the things that pop in my head sometimes, I swear. It's like, you ask questions and it's like you get the answer and you realize that you really shouldn't ask that question. You know, one of those things. Anyway, let's go into Virgo singles. Virgo singles. Virgo singles. Virgo singles. Messages for single Virgos. What do you got going on here, sir? Single Virgo? Alright, let's go a little farther. That came out 2 of those. Who was the fire sign? There was a fire sign that had Earth popping in. I don't know which fire sign it was off the top of my head. It's ironic because you're an Earth sign and you got fire popping in. And it seems to be like this is the other side of the coin. I just don't remember which fire sign it was. It doesn't mean you're going to have a fire sign popping in. It just means somebody has this energy. Somebody has this fire, quick movement, very strong, get things done. Let's not think about it all day. Let's move. Let's not talk about it all day. Let's move. Let's not get caught up in our emotions about it. Let's move. That's that type of energy. Good energy. But when it comes to Earth and fire don't usually, like, just stereotypical energies, they don't really match. Stereotypical, the way I've learned them, just to be fair, because I know other people have other opinions, cool. But the way I've learned them, like, Earth is very, you know, stays still, this is how it is. Fire is, like, very movement, going all over the place. It's like dragging a rock all around from party to party is a lot. But on the reverse side, someone that's the rock that wants to stay home and enjoy life, like the fire going all over the place and running out and coming back and going here and going there, you can't hold on to them long enough to enjoy it either. So it becomes an issue, usually. Somebody once gave me the analogy of lava, and I snapped right back with the point that, like, lava, you don't get cuddly with lava. Lava pushes through things and destroys things. So I don't know why we're going into that, but there's that. So for Virgo, I just feel like I'm coming into something that, like, I feel like there's a good energy here, but I'm getting that you're not going to match with this person totally, and it's just like working it out, and if you can work it out, if that's going to work. I wonder if it was Leo, quite frankly. Because when you're coming in, this energy of the Five of Cups is it's coming, it's not really feeling like it's leaving either. It's how you're coming into the situation, and it doesn't seem like it's going. It's kind of like things are not exactly bad, but things are not ideal either. It's kind of like, you know, I would like things to be a little better. Things aren't exactly bad, but, you know, I'd like them to be better. And in the Hermit, in your history here, you're trying to find a good match. You're trying to find a good match, somebody who you get along with, somebody you have chemistry with, somebody you kind of go in the same direction with, kind of have similar paces. They don't have to do things exactly the way you do, but somehow where it works in and you can work together and it could work out. That's what you're looking for. You know, they don't have to be the perfect match where they do things exactly the way you do. That'd be nice if they were like, you know, we do things in this pattern. Cool. But as long as they're kind of malleable to it or forgiving to it or giving into it or whatever, or they have something that could kind of work with it. That's all you're asking for. And I feel like this next person coming towards you, they really like you. It's interesting with the Page of Wands though, because they know how you are. Well, I don't know if, I don't want to say that they know how you are, but they see how you move. You don't give in right off the bat. You go slower with things. You think things through. You need some time to get adjusted, to really mull it over. Do I want? Do I not want? And this person, Fire, is just kind of like, I know what I want. Let's go. I'm here. Yep, I already made my decision. Let's do it. Like, they're just like, all right, I see it. I like it. Let's go. And you're like, all right, I see it. I need to think about it. I could do that, but if I do that, I don't know if that's something I really want to do. I could do this instead.